Okay, so let me hold your hand when I say this, but your life probably sucks. And if you're watching this right now, your life probably really, really sucks. But alas, we're here today because we have some quick little topics and tips and tricks that can honestly help you just get your whole life together. Because in all honesty, I was like y'all. I was very much lost, very much astray, very much life like shit. It sucked real bad. But I feel like after I came out of trying to fake it till I make it, which I kind of hate when people say that, but after I came out of that, I definitely recognized that there is another side to it. So if your life sucks and you definitely want some perspective on how to make it not suck, keep watching. Okay, so just for some perspective, my life, alas, did suck not too long ago. I definitely came out of being in a very dark mental space. I hated my job, which I feel like most of us do. I just was waking up every day and I was just like, where the fuck did I go wrong with my life in general? Like, what the fuck? When did I hit this roadblock or this like phase in my life where everything just sucked? Once I recognized that, and I went through a multitude of different cycles of trying to get out of that, I finally came to the overall like application of fixing my life. So let's get right into it. First, and honestly, like the main thing that I want to talk about is the fact that you really don't want your life to be better. In all honesty, I feel like many of us kind of get lost in the idea of wanting our life to be better, that we like indulge and invest in other people's lives, like via social media, which is very common nowadays. But we watch that so much, or we just like want to be someone else so bad that we forget what's going on in our own life. And in all honesty, we don't really believe that it can really happen for us like we think we want it to happen for us. So the topic of fake it till you make it, which like I said earlier, I low-key kind of hate that shit, because it's like you can buy all the fucking things in the world to make yourself feel better that you're broke, but it doesn't change the fact that you're still broke. You know what I mean? Like, it's the whole thing of the fact that you don't really need to focus on the physical. And I feel like that's what I've spent so much of my time doing before. And if y'all did not know, I had a previous YouTube channel, and I spent so much time trying to overinvest in the physical that I completely forgot that life is so much more spiritual than it is physical. If you don't fix how you think about things, like on a spiritual perspective, like how you mentally see yourself, that physical shit is not gonna matter, bookie butt. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just not gonna matter. It's just not gonna matter. You literally have to rewire your brain into letting yourself think and believe and understand and know whatever you are trying to get yourself to understand. So if you want to tell yourself like, I'm the baddest bees that have ever existed, you have to start waking up every day and doing things mentally to tell yourself that you're the baddest bee ever. Not just dressing up like the baddest bee ever and getting all these vain comments. And somebody could tell you that you're pretty and it does not fucking matter because you don't believe that you're pretty. So sis, if you don't sit down and do the work and tell yourself every day in the mirror that you are the baddest bee to have ever existed, it's not gonna matter. That physical aspect is not gonna follow suit. And what I recognized is it follows suit. Literally, if you start mentally telling yourself things, if you start rewiring your brain mentally, the physical just starts to fall into place. It's kind of like a self-sabotage thing. If you sit there day in and day out and tell yourself that you're broke or you're ugly or you're dumb, eventually self-sabotage is going to kick in and you're going to be dumb. You're going to start getting like failing grades on things that you honestly were so easy, and you know it's easy. You just start failing it because you keep telling yourself that you're otherwise, or that you're not good enough. Like, if you change your spiritual, and you tell yourself mentally, you do things to rewire your brain and tell yourself that you are this, sooner than later, honestly, a lot sooner than later, I can tell you that, guys, the physical is going to follow suit in no time. Another thing that I want to talk about, and a big reason as to why I feel like my life changed, or why I feel like people's lives don't change for real, is because they don't have a foundation in something. Personally, you don't have to believe in any specific type of whatever, but if you have a solid foundation in something to always go back into whenever you are feeling like disarray, or whenever you're feeling like just like life is overwhelming, or whenever you're feeling like everything is just too much, if you don't have a place or something somewhere, some type of spiritual reset, whatever, to recenter yourself, ground yourself, oh, Bookie, but you're never going to get to where you want to get to. And I didn't realize it because I was so hyper fixated on being this like hardworking woman and whatever. You know, you can just do whatever you need to do to get the job done at the end of the day. But that's not the point, queens, okay? The point is that you need to reset your nervous system. I genuinely feel like that has been like the lock and key to everything. Like, I could scream right now. Literally, nobody told me that shit. I spent my whole life trying to just like grind and thug and da-da-da. First of all, like I said in my previous video, you're not a boy. Like, you're not a boy, girl. You're not a boy. And if you are a boy, period to you, king. But more of the story is, rewire your nervous system. Sit down, recenter, refocus, reset, create a routine, some stable point of stability for you to always go back to when life is crazy as fuck. Because honestly, within the time and day and age that we're in now, it's gonna get crazier. And I feel like it keeps getting crazier and crazier every 5 seconds, and you can't keep up at this point. It's like, what? But the one thing you can keep up with is regulating your nervous system and coming back down to a zen place where you can feel like, okay, yeah, like, even though the world is crumbling around me, this is me. This is my happy place. And I feel like, y'all, 2 things that I do to like accomplish both of these things is, 1, I have a routine. I created a routine for myself, a morning routine, a night routine, whatever, to be able to kind of just like recenter myself at the end of the day, or whenever like life is getting so busy, I come back to my core with that type of routine. However that's going to look for you, it's going to look for you. But if y'all want a video on like how to like create a routine and get your life together, let me know in the comments. But creating a routine is going to be the foundation to getting your life together. And however that routine looks, depending on your individualized lifestyle, build it. Don't start today. Don't start tomorrow. Start today and get it done. On top of that, what I also do is I spend more time with myself, not just like journaling or, you know, like I said, telling myself something in the mirror, but whenever things happen in my life that make me feel the opposite of how I want to feel, I kind of have to stop for a second, allow myself to feel that feeling, like whatever negative feeling it may be, for example. So if I said that I'm the smartest person now, I'm the smartest bitch to ever live, and then I fail a test. I allow myself to feel the feeling of failing the test, because you have to feel it first. You can't just shoo it away. I feel the feeling. I go through the motions of that, but I don't dwell in it. I take a step back, step outside of myself, and I'm like, okay, this grade does not determine who I am as a person or who I am as a student. And it's not going to determine that. So what can I do to change that in my brain? Oh, okay, well, let me think back to a time where I did have a good grade. Or let me think back to how hard I studied and how proud of myself that I felt. And let me try to like maybe reshape how I studied in order to fix, or like, you know, just go back and do what I need to, just get done what I need to get done at the end of the day. Because it's not about, like, I feel like people would be like, oh, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. Quite literally, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. This life is literally a performance. It's a game, it's a simulation, whatever we go and talk about it. It's whatever you want to make it at the end of the day. And if you're constantly sitting and dwelling on how you started, you'll never finish. Okay, with that being said, guys, this was kind of quick, but y'all just let me know how you feel about it in the comments. We're going to end this video right here. And with that, I'm going to see you on the next one.